Hello, Brian. Hello, Jean. It's sorry I haven't been in contact before. I don't get much opportunity where I am, and it's good that Brian's let me have this interview. Yes, I've been out here. This is my 53rd year. I haven't been in contact with my family for about, say, 51 years, and you know my home circumstances. That my mother was schizophrenic, and my father, I think, had a personality disorder. And the letters I got back were, tales of woe. Probably my grandmother was senile, she was there, and he wanted me back. But there was really, although I got a lot of time for my grandmother, there wasn't anything to go back to. I mean, there was sort of misery while I was there. So I come to a country, then was the best country in the world. It had more jobs than people. It had a great standard of living, great social system, and everything was great. And I travelled around the country, job to job, and had a great time. I haven't been in contact with my brother. I've got a brother there who went to the Ormsey Art College. His name is Anthony Joseph Hanna, and I don't know, sometime you might be able to look him up on the internet. He's around. You could, if you dare hear of him, you could tell him I'm still in existence. That would be great. Over the years in this country, things have deteriorated to a situation that we've only got one sort of leftist councillor on the Wellington City Council, and that's Brian Pepperell. And I mean, he's up against the old capitalist club of scratching backs and giving out money and that kind of thing. So he's really up against something. Of course, we get together and we discuss theology, and him being brought up a sort of strict Protestant in the Brethren, and me, my background was Roman Catholic that I've given away, and we discussed the Council of Nicaea. Of course, the Blessed Trinity is out of it, and other things, what God really means, and the coming of Jesus Christ is quite different to the Old Testament. The Gnostics, the Gospel of Thomas, and the Gospel of Judas, things like that they've managed to get hold of. There's some very interesting BBC TV programs on it, so it's really good when we get together. We're sort of involved in local social activism. I was just wondering, the last communique, there was no trace of anybody we knew. I often wonder about some of the characters we knew, like Doris Day, Frank Bailey, Curly Nichols, Ian Chappell, all those guys in our unit. I often wonder. I remember the time we went to Tilshead in Wiltshire on manoeuvres, and then we went to Oakhampton. I was in the telephone exchange audit. We went to, of course, that terrific ride to Plymouth on those 3 warrants. But I didn't really get to see the UK. I left pretty earlier on, so I often wonder where you're living in Yorkshire, what city it's next to, and that, because my geography of the Pennines in relation to the Yorkshire ridings is not really up to scratch. So I'd be glad to hear about where you live, what riding, what area of Yorkshire. Of course, when we were there, we were at Catterick, and it was in the winter and things like that. It was another place to be in the winter, Catterick. Yes, it'd be great to hear from you. And Brian's just doing a few things out the back. He gets phone calls from his constituents. We're going through all sorts of crises to do with buses, water, rubbish, all kinds of stuff. That's on the local council level, and of course, on the national level, they're going to lose hundreds of jobs in the public service. So, it's probably the same in the UK. So it's been sort of good having a sort of communicate with you and Jean. So thank you very much. Thank you, Brian.
Well, there you are, Brian. It's the only way at the moment to do a recording where you can go back and look at it. And Larry and I just managed to sort of hook up and do these things as we can. Yeah, and I guess by doing a video, you can go back and reflect on what's been said, and it'll always be there. So we'll say goodbye for now, and hopefully we'll send this to you very shortly.